every posture, especially when we go into our meditation. Most important thing is that your body can just let go and feel really comfortable. So let's go ahead now, speaking of comfort, and just sit into our chair. Feet can touch together, knees out to the side, palms face up. And let's just take some deep breaths here. As always, feeling the breath coming in through the nose, out through the mouth. A few cycles like this, really helping you to relax, as well as ground. Helping the mind and the body connect by simply bringing your awareness to the breath as it flows in and out. But knowing that your mind can actually only have one thought at a time. And I know that that might not seem accurate because our minds are quite busy and seem like they're having many thoughts all over on top of each other. But actually, they're just moving very quickly, but there is only one at a time happening. So yoga and meditation really tune into that and work with that, knowing that if we can direct our thoughts, our mind to one thing, then there will be less distraction by default, right? And ideally, if that one thing does not evoke more thoughts, then that's even better. And that's really the essence of a mantra. We've never really talked about that too much in our classes, but I'll refer to mantras a lot. You've probably heard the word, but what it actually means is mind tool. Man is mind, tra is actually a movement, a vehicle from one place to another. And so this tool, this mind tool, can help us to quiet down the mind by allowing that one thought. So right now, our thought or thoughts landing on the breath, the movement in through the nose, tracing it into the lungs, filling the bottom of the lungs, expanding the belly, and then moving outward through the mouth. Just that practice, that process, immediately helps to at least 50% remove the thoughts, the busyness. And I say 50% because we still squeeze in plenty of extra thoughts, right? But the mantra of tracing the breath, it could be seen that way, as some place that we're landing on to help our mind to settle. And then you know that I've brought in different mantras along the way. I'll share one today with the end of class as we meditate. And so now you understand a little bit more of like what the point is of these mantras. Now sealing your lips and breathing just through your nose. And let's extend our legs out in front of us, arms overhead. Reach, reach, reach. And now just one side. And you can place your, let's just say now the left arm and left leg is extending. And you can place your right hand on your head and very gently just lengthen with the left arm, left foot, left hand, left foot in opposite directions. And kind of opening up that side of the neck as well. You're fine. Inhale, lengthen the other side. No. And then reach, reach, reach. You can reach your left hand up if you'd like and kind of use that assistance once again. And then let's do this a few times. Let's just flow like this. Not so much the hand on the head, just the movement, the tilt. And then inhale, lengthen. And exhale, tilt it in. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tilt it in. Good. Inhale, lengthen. And tilt. And one more time. And tilt. Back into the center, sitting up nice and tall, as always. Some nice shoulder circles. We'll kind of move through it a little bit more briefly today. I know you all know this, but it's not about knowing. It's about obviously bringing this movement into your body. You can know all kinds of postures and exercises, but actually experiencing them is different. So just getting some nice rotation in the arms here, and then the opposite way. Good, and then next time your shoulders are down and back, see if you can reach onto the back of your chair, slide your hips forward a little bit more in your chair, just kind of holding to the base, as you can see there. And then inhale, belly button lifts, chest lifts, head dips back just slightly. Since it's our first back bend of the class, let's go nice and easy. No need to force or get anywhere too quick. But just lifting, especially the lower rib cage. See if as you're here a little longer and as you continue to breathe, you can slide your shoulder blades a little further behind you and lift the lower rib cage a little higher. Good. And then release that, and we're going to reverse it nice and gentle. So just holding onto the fronts of the knees and just reversing that. Pull the belly in, tuck the tailbone under. See if you can round the chin and the upper neck, and then spread the shoulder blades farther apart as far as you can. And now let's very gently, slowly reverse it. A lot of sirens going on here. Maybe you can hear them. That's why the dogs are barking and fidgety. And then exhale, reverse it nice and slow. No rush here. 2 more times. And then release it into the center. Sitting up tall, and let's cross our left leg over our right, and we're twisting toward the left. Inhale, lengthen, lengthen. Both sit bones are down. Exhale, turn. A little higher now with the lift of the crown of the head, pulling the lower rib cage in, just lining that spine up nice and straight, and then take it in a little deeper if you like we did the other day. You can extend your left arm out behind you. It just deepens the stretch a bit. And then release it into the center, other side, cross it over. Sit bones down, inhale, lengthen, lengthen. But you don't want to arch the back too much. You just want to lift up the chest, but still drawing in the lower belly, drawing in the lower rib cage. Yeah, that's it. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale. Extending the right arm out behind you if that's comfortable. It does deepen the pose a bit. You can gaze back at your right hand. And then release. Let's do that one more time, the other side. Inhale, lengthen, and then build into the pose. Pressing with your right hand into your legs helps deepen the pose a bit. Maybe you can get another ½ inch of your twist. And then other side again. And then release it back into the center. Good, now open the knees up nice and wide. We're going to go into our forward fold, but nice and easy first. So let's just place our hands on our knees first, and then flatten the back. See, every time I do this, I notice myself too, like the belly, the lower belly just kind of falls in, and there's an arch in the back. Now that is a different posture. We do that, with cobra or up dog. But for now, we actually want to draw the lower belly in, draw the rib cage in, make it nice and flat on our back. So as if there was, a ruler kind of laid against our back there, every part of our back would touch it. It wouldn't miss the low back. And then inhale, lengthen, and slowly exhale, start to tilt forward, keeping that flat back. Now I'd say go about halfway down. You can keep going there. Go about halfway down. And then as you're comfortable here, you can always stay right here. Your elbows can be on the knees if you like, or you can head down the legs, slide your hands down, hands onto the ankles or onto the floor, and just forward fold. A nice heavy hang down in between the knees. You can shift around the back a little bit. Shifting just to be able to allow the upper body to relax a little more between legs. Now, while you're hanging down there with or without distraction, you can rock your head from right to left. Rock your head from right to left a bit. Up and down. Yes and no's. And then flutter your lips. Release any tension in the face and the jaw. And now slowly rolling your way up. Use your hands for support. And now we're going to, despite my obstacles here, we're going to do our victory squats. So you start with the hands at the heart, palms together and hands at heart, and you're centered on your chair, forward in the chair, of course, creating some space behind you. Inhale there and exhale, open up to the left side, lunging forward. You can put some weight into your feet for sure. Open your chest up wide, open your fingers up wide and stick out the tongue. You remember this one. Then inhale back into the center, open to the other side, weight into the feet, exhale, lean forward. And let's flow like this. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And continue on at your own pace. Really feeling that leaning forward, you're opening up. The inner thighs, you're creating a little warmth there, a little extra strength as you kind of lean forward and lift your butt up off the chair. See, I'm not touching the chair for just a moment to deepen into this pose a little more. Continue on. Really open the tongue, or open the mouth, stick out the tongue, open the eyes, bulge those babies out. Couple more. Last time. And coming back into the center. Draw your legs together, your hands together. Drawing your hands down a little bit toward your heart. And let's just sit for a moment, closing the eyes, taking in that experience, kind of integrating that for just a moment. And now let's slowly open our eyes. And now let's just flow a little bit to create, again, a little bit more warmth in the body, just to, with our couple sun salutations. Can you guys go out? Go on. Big and disruptive today. Inhale, arms out to the sides and up. Exhale, fold forward. You know where we're heading. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen the spine, hands on the shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right knee comes in, draw it in, lean back, chin up. Exhale, fold. Other side, inhale, coming in and up. Exhale, fold. Halfway up, hands on the palms, cobra, just a nice gentle cobra for now. Let's flow here a couple times as we do. Inhale up, exhale, relax that down. Just lay onto your thighs. Fingers relax. Inhale, coming up, the fingers spread, the elbows come back, neck is long, chin is up. Nice arch in the upper back. Exhale, just rest it down. Another time. Inhale, coming up. Take little sips of air to see if you can come up a little higher, and exhale, relax all the way down, hands to feet. And then rolling up, arms out to the sides, palms up, and then to the heart space. We'll just do that keep that one time. Let's move on to some of our warrior series. So sliding forward, actually first, let's warm up our hips just a little bit so that they'll be more comfortable when we do kind of come into these deeper hip opening foundational poses. So just drawing your left leg up, same as we usually do, just like a nice runner stretch, pigeon pose. And just flexing your top foot, making sure that the knee is nice and protected. Inhale, lengthen, draw the lower belly in, draw the lower ribs in, and then exhale, fold forward. Now, I always say this, but you're going to feel different every day. You see that now as you practice. So some days you might feel like you can just roll right into this. Other days, a little more resistance in the body. So just come to that edge that you're at today. Close your eyes if it's comfortable, or keep your eyes low at that edge so that you can really breathe into your left hip. Each exhale allows you to dissolve and melt into this posture a little more. Now, if you're feeling like you want to go deeper and your body is allowing for that, the right hand can thread the needle in between and interlace either in front of the right calf, or the right shin rather, or wrap behind the right calf. Your left elbow is pressing into the left knee to help open that up a little more. You can round the upper back now and just fold all your weight forward. And just staying here for another 3 breaths. Relax into this pose, but deeply feel the opening in the left hip. Deep, audible breaths, hearing that Ujjayi breathing slowly coming out whenever you're ready, and then reverse it. Same, just making sure that the foot is flexed, protects the knee, nice and square to the computer, and then very gently just shifting, flattening your back out and shifting your weight forward. So for me, when I first come into this pose, it's definitely resistant. You may feel that as well. But then as we're here, even just a few short moments, what was that we just did? 1 minute maybe on the side? And in that 1 minute, we can really feel a lot of release. So just closing your eyes again so that you tune in even more deeply to your own body. And as you're here with your back still flat, just starting to allow the weight to bring you forward, the weight of the upper body and the head. Only when and if you're ready, you can thread through the hole there with your right hand and bring the hands down onto the left leg, either in front or behind. Upper body can relax now, all the weight just rounding forward and lay over the legs. Two more big breaths here. Relax into it while that right hip is really opening up. Pressing the left elbow into the leg. The right elbow, pardon me. And then slowly making your way out. There we go, coming up. Now the hips are a little bit more ready for us. Let's slide over to one side. Go this way first. The either side of the chair is fine. Working the quadriceps a little bit. You know where we're heading here. We've done this many times before. So just reaching back with the back foot, draw the foot towards the buttocks, and then careful, of course, that your chair doesn't tilt too much. I kind of have to, it's like teeter-totter, right? You have to really find the right spot on the chair there. And so draw the, whichever foot it is that is, coming in towards your hips, draw that in a little bit more. If you're mirroring me, that's your right foot. And then arrow the right knee. I'll just keep with it in case you're mirroring me, but the right arrow the right knee can arrow down towards the ground, towards the rug. Good. Kind of feel the way that deepens you into it. So yes, bringing the foot closer to the buttocks is one way, but also seeing if you can touch the ground with your right knee. Clearly, you're not going to reach the ground, but moving in that direction will help really open up the quadricep. Nice. And now just take that same knee, that same leg, and extend that leg out in front of you. So you can stay on one side of your chair as you work. Extend that leg out in front of you. And just holding that leg up there and drawing then inward with the right knee toward the chest and then extend it out. Now I'm going to slide my hips down a little bit on the chair so that I slide forward on the chair. So there's a little more of a V shape, right? This is like boat pose, kind of half boat. And then draw your right knee in and then extend it out. not touching onto the leg. And extend out with your breath. Exhale, inhale, draw it in. Extend out, inhale, and extend out. Good, now let's move into that quadricep pose again. Kind of creating a little opening and warmth there to then let it relax. Arrowing down. Good. And now other side. So if you're mirroring me or if you're doing what I'm doing, you are now with your left leg drawn towards your buttocks. The left knee presses down toward the ground. Feeling that nice stretch, nice opening on the whole left side of the body. The left shoulder can roll a little bit behind you as well, helping to create a little more opening. Good, one more breath here. And then extend it out. Lean, slide forward so you can lean back a little bit. Inhale and exhale, draw it in. You can draw your head in toward the knee as well. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, draw it in. And this is like a half boat pose, as I mentioned. Boat is kind of when you're just balancing on your hips and your legs and your upper body are up. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, lengthen. And last time, exhale, draw it in. Release it, and let's go back into that quadricep stretch. Adjust a little bit so that you can get that left knee arrowing again down, really opening up the left side. Nice. Release that back into the center. And now we're going to move into our warrior series. And we'll also bring in some triangle pose, one of my faves. So let's first just do a couple of the warrior series, tilting over or sliding over to your side so that your right leg is down on the chair. Your right leg is behind you. So let me mirror you so I don't confuse you. Left leg on the chair, right leg behind you. Real obstacles to work with on this side today. So just holding the posture here, you can of course just ground yourself and kind of create that balance with the chair behind you, just holding on. Whenever you're ready, see if you can slide the right foot a little bit further back. Definitely the right knee can still be bent, that's fine and good, but that extension even further will help to open up that right side of the hip. The hip flexor, the quadricep, even up around the crest of the hip. Now the arms can come out in front of you. You're grounding down with your left foot as well. The left heel may not touch all the way. If it doesn't, you'll probably want to put something under it. Even just staying up on the ball of your left foot is fine too though. And then the hands out in front of you. Palms facing one another, about a shoulder's distance apart. And now leaning forward, extend your arms back, airplane pose. So nice and flat back. Triceps are engaged, elbows are drawn into the body, palms are facing one another, and then let's flow like that. Inhale, coming up nice and tall. Exhale, bend it forward, tilt it forward. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, energize through the arms. Exhale. Again, lots of energy pushes back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, triceps work. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, tilt it. And one more time, inhale. Exhale, tilt. Inhale, coming up. Hands to heart. Now let's open to the right side and extend the arms out. Good. Warrior two. And just gazing out over the left hand here. And just kind of shifting, if you can, into the feet, the weight into the feet, and lift up off the chair. Good. You'll definitely feel that much more engaged with your left thigh. So just now in your full expression, up off the chair of warrior two. So just sinking down into the pose a little bit deeper. See if you can bend into your left knee a bit more. Right leg is nice and straight now. One more breath. And then just release, sit onto the chair. Let's do the other side. So slide over, starting with warrior one, as we did on the other side. Holding the chair, just adjusting the left leg. At first, having a nice deep bend is fine. Then as you're here a couple moments, your body gets used to it. Then you can start to extend your left leg behind you a little further. A bend in this left knee is totally fine, as I said on the other side. And then when you're ready, the arms out in front of you. Palms facing inward, belly firm. And now we will flow. So first, just make sure that your base is nice and set. You feel comfortable and solid here. You're not, having so much weight in the left leg, also grounded through the right. And now let's lengthen and let's flow. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, coming up. Dynamic hands, dynamic reach. Exhale, squeeze it in, reach it back. As if there was a little ball in between your elbows. See if you can squeeze that together. Inhale, lift it up nice and strong. Exhale, forward tilt. Flow like this. Two more. And one more. And then coming back up, hands to heart, and then open into warrior two. So just kind of slide around here, make some adjustments. You can open the arms out to the sides. So the left foot is flat, so is the right actually, but the arrow is from the right heel intersecting the left arch. We've talked about that before, so just check down on your feet, make sure that you're lined up correctly. And then the spine perpendicular to the chair, arms out nice and straight. Now, if you'd like to, push into the feet, come up off the chair. Good, then sink into your right knee a little bit deeper. Tilt your tailbone under, draw your lower belly in, and sink a little deeper if you can. You can gaze out over the right fingers. Sink a little deeper. Long, smooth breaths. Sink a little deeper. And then release into your chair. It should be pretty close by. And then slide back into your chair. Just sitting back for one moment. Feet come together, palms come up. Close your eyes and just let that integrate. Let that settle into your body. Now, full body extension. And release it down. Let's stand up and we'll do a few triangle poses. So I might just keep my head chopped off for right now so that you can see where I'm heading with my legs. So I slid the chair back just a little bit to create some space. You're putting if you're mirroring me, your left foot kind of right in the center of the two legs of the chair. Same arrowing. You want to make sure that the left ankle is, if you drew a line, it's arrowing right into the arch of the right foot. So you want your feet wider than your hips for sure, kind of a nice wide stance, not too big. And then extend your arms out to the sides. Now you're gazing over your left hand and then tilt forward. See, as if I had held your left hand and I drew you towards me. So you're reaching towards that side wall. So you will definitely feel a shift here from the straight hips to, they still stay straight, the headlights that are on the hips still stay shining toward the front wall, toward the computer, but they just shift over to the side slightly, right? And so shift, shift, shift. And then placing the left hand down on the chair, right arm overhead. Nice triangle pose here. So my one teacher would always say, as if you were put between two little walls and you were kind of pressed in between them, staying on that one plane. You know, making yourself very narrow. So sometimes we'll be twisted or turned, and our shoulders and our hips will be off center. So here, we're nice and stacked. So the left hand is right under the right hand. Gazing up towards your right hand. See if you now can open up the right side of the chest a bit more. And just expose that side. Heart shines open. Very nice. And then coming back into the center. And then strong legs lift you back up. Good. Now just relax the arms down for one moment. Fix the outfit. Inhale, let's do the exact same thing. Inhale, 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 reach, reach. And then the left hand comes down on the chair, right arm up. Now we're going to tilt, or turn rather, the right shoulder down, bringing the left hand towards the right hand towards the chair. Sometimes you get a little mixed up, you know? So the right hand is on the chair, the left hand is on your hip. So now you're not on that same flat plane anymore. Now your hips are squared to the ground. Hopefully that makes sense. So you can put your left hand on your low back just to make sure that that's nice and flat there, like a little table. Good, and this may be far enough. If you'd like to start to turn more, you can press into your right hand, keeping the flat back, and just upper body starts to turn open. This is a reversed triangle, twisted triangle. You can release that, coming back into the center. Turn the hips forward again, arms out to the sides, and then release it. Now we'll move over and do the other side. Slide this over a bit. Right foot in between the two legs of the chair. First, set up your posture at the base of the body. Good, nice and square. Arms out to the sides. And now reach, 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 as if I had your hand and I was pulling you toward the wall. With your right hand, reach, reach, reach. Right hand comes down, left arm up. Gazing up, if it's okay with your neck. And so you still want to keep the hips on that flat plane. Press into your right hand a little more. Just see if you can turn open the upper body. The heart shines. The left arm relaxes back a bit. Good, and then coming back into the center, pressing into the legs for strength to lift you up. And then releasing the hands down. Now we're going to do that same thing one more time, arms up and out. And then tilt, tilt, tilt. Hand comes down, arm up. Left arm up, and now your left hand is going to come down and kind of replace right where your right one was. Now the hips shift, right? So now you can just take a moment, shift the hips to the side, bring your right hand up onto the low back and make sure that you're nice and flat there. See that tabletop. So just this may be plenty. You'll probably feel this stretch, of course, happening in the legs, especially the left side. But if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can reverse your twist and gaze up over your right shoulder. Again, keeping the back nice and flat. Pressing into the left hand. And then reverse, release it out. Coming up. Good. Hands to heart. And then release into the center. Very nice. So now coming back onto our chair, just have a seat here for a moment. Take a couple breaths. Feel that, those postures just kind of settling in, especially into the hips. And now let's, again, just a nice upper body expansion. Opening up the chest, slide the shoulder blades onto the back, reach under the bottom of the chair, slide your hips forward a bit actually. Maybe you even want to draw your knees together in this case, And then just lifting the belly, lifting the lower ribs, lifting the heart, letting the shoulder blades slide back. Nice deep back bend. And then release that and just continue on forward, but nice and gentle, nice and slow. You're going to lean forward, lay yourself over your thighs, keeping the knees together here, and just let yourself fold all the way over. Take some deep breaths here. Let the upper body just hang. Most importantly, let the lower back relax. And now slowly pressing into your feet, making your way up. And we'll move into Shavasana. So you can slowly make your way to your relaxation position, whatever position you'd like that to be. I haven't heard the word, the Shavasana word. You guys haven't seen our big dog that much because she doesn't come into this room all that often. But today she feels like being a yogi, apparently. So you can, again, just make your way into your sitting posture. You know the routine. You can have the legs up on the chair or just sit into the chair or onto your couch, onto a different fluffy chair, your lazy boy, whatever works for you today. And then once you've found your way into that posture, please go ahead and close your eyes. Let your body find stillness and ease. Several deep, full breaths here. In through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose. Sigh it out. And one last time. And then letting the lips seal so that the mind and the body can really let go here. Scanning over your body, starting at the feet, relaxing your feet and your toes, your ankles, your lower legs, knees, upper legs, all relax. Your hips, your back, shoulders, chest, abdomen, all relax. Relax your fingers and hands, lower arms, elbows, upper arms. Relax. Relaxing your neck and your head, all of your facial muscles, your eye sockets, your jaw, your scalp and ears, even relaxing your tongue. Let it all go. Finding yourself heavy and yet entirely at ease. Bring into our mind yet another aspect of the yoga philosophy. We can have some introspection before we just let go and totally relax into our meditation. We're moving through the yamas, which are from the 8 limbs of yoga philosophy. We've discussed a few and we're on the 3rd one, which is Asteya, A-S-T-A-Y-A, for those that like to know those things. Asteya means integrity. So yet another way in which we interact within and outside of ourselves. Integrity in our actions, also integrity in our words and even our thoughts. It's all about staying true to oneself. Doing the right thing. Integrity really shines through when no one is watching, when no one might ever know. That's when we really get to notice our own integrity. And please remember that this isn't about judgment or what's right and wrong. It's just an exploration, just to kind of bring these thoughts to our mind to see where we're at with these different aspects of being human. So what we think, say, and do when no one sees or hears us is our best guide for being in alignment with our own integrity. Do you stay true to your highest integrity when no one else is aware? Of course, integrity can reflect into the aspects of our life that are obvious to others. But I like to bring it to the more subtle, which usually is a bit more meaningful, more personal. So for myself, I noticed a few things when I explored integrity. One is just simply being out shopping at the market and you want to put something back. Do you go back to the location that you found it, or do you just put it on the shelf? Or what I have chosen to opt with, if putting it back is just too far away, is bringing it to the cashier and giving it to them and saying, I don't want this. But at least then they aren't out there finding things all over the store, right? I don't think we would like that if it was our store and we had to go straighten up all that mess all the time, creating confusion for other customers. So that's a small thing, a small example that I'm speaking of. Obviously, with so many dogs in my life, I deal with a lot of poop. It's not every day that you can be in a state of bliss and talk about poop, but it does seem appropriate here because, did someone see that? And when I'm picking up the poop, if there's other poop, I'll pick that up too. No one sees it, no one knows, but I do. In my heart, in my own truth center, I know that I help to clean up the park a little more. Help to keep the animals and the humans a bit more safe and healthy. When you say that you're going to do something for someone, do you see that all the way through every time? Very easy to see with the big things. Yes, I'll come visit you. I'll be there. But what about the small things? Sure, yeah, I'll send you that person's phone number, or I have a great referral for you, or I saw something on a website the other day. When I get to my computer, I'll send that to you. Those little things that you see all the way through do make a difference inside of us, most importantly, even if that link meant nothing to someone else. We saw it all the way through. And I don't speak this to you saying that I always do it correctly and perfectly, because I don't. That's the reason I can come up with these examples. Sometimes I do. I certainly aim to do that. But just by thinking about this right now can help us to tune into that a little more. Because really, it's ultimately the relationship with ourself that's being held strong or a little more flimsy, a little less reliable. So just take a moment now to think about some examples in your life where you feel that you held that integrity, you held your word, you saw it through. And maybe a time in the last few days that you didn't. Without judgment of self, just observation. And as we observe, maybe we can get a feeling connected to that action or that inaction. Notice how the two difference feels. Simply observing yourself in the subtle recesses of your mind, in your voice, and in your doings. And maybe today, as various opportunities come up, because they always do, every day is full of chances to practice our integrity. See if today we can notice and hold ourselves to that deeper alignment, that deeper commitment to integrity. And now taking a deep breath in, long breath out. Let those thoughts go. Let any deciphering, discerning fall by the wayside for now. And just settling back into our heart. Feeling the breath moving in and out of our body, nice and easy and slow. Just listening as I chant a mantra to move us into our meditation for a few more minutes. Om Namah Shivaya, Gurave, Satchitananda Murtaye, Nishprapanchaya Shantaya, Niralambaya Tejase. This is a mantra that honors our commitment to our integrity. Letting the words, even though we might not translate them, we probably won't translate them, but holding that honoring in our heart, and that's it. Letting all the other thoughts fade away. Feeling the breath move in and out, tracing it, and letting our thoughts rest, letting our mind rest on the breath for the next few minutes. Just rest. Just rest. And now begin to deepen your breath yet again. Really intentionally pulling it down to the bottom of your lungs. Fill your belly up like a balloon. Hold it at the top of that breath. And then slowly let it go. Bringing a little movement back into the body. And if you'd like, if it feels comfortable, make your way up to a sitting posture if you're not already. And once in your sitting posture, let's bring our palms together and our hands to our heart. Just bringing to mind yet again our commitment to integrity, whatever that looks like to each one of us. Asteya in Sanskrit. Asteya. And we can seal our practice this morning with one long Om together. If you'd like to chant out loud, please join with me. Breath in. You can take a bow, honoring your beautiful heart and soul. Whenever you're ready, slowly opening your eyes. I bow to you, each one of you. Thank you for being here, for listening, for experiencing these sessions together, whether they're live with us or whether they're later on and you're watching back. I hope you enjoy them. And if each one, your body is feeling good, of course, the goal, and maybe a little insight, little inspiration into something that might carry through into your day or that you think of later on when something comes up. If that's happening, that's perfect. That's all that we really expect or can want from ourselves, right? Is little moments, little glimmers of evolution as we continue to live through these wild days that we are. It's a great way to keep us on track, keep us grounded, keep our hearts happy. So thank you again, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And next week, I'll be at Rob and Keegan's. So you'll see me there, not with the Lotus Studio, but instead in the Be Stronger Studio. So I look forward to seeing you all then. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now. Got an obstacle course in front of me here. Bye-bye.